That changes here in the third.
Check out the game from Moscow. 10 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Warriors trail by 12. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
The Splash Brothers are the guards. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Yeah, and, you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Both free throws good from Green. Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor.
Irving against Curry. Timeout called the Warriors.
And with Draymond Green, he can defend inside, he can cover on the perimeter. I mean, his versatility at both ends of the floor also a huge asset. And you can't have a higher basketball IQ than he does. It really helps him excel at all facets of the game.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Irving attacking. That falls. Great assist by Love. 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Yeah, something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
LeBron kicks to Irving. To the middle. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Irving. Irving's got 6 assists in the game.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Curry passes to Bogut. No good. Excellent D there from Mozgov. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Love wide open. He fires. And again, it's Cleveland.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man. I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And here's Barnes for 3. And the Warriors miss again.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole.
Look at that jam. Wow. I mean, just beautiful.
That's how he makes his presence felt.
And we see him do it time and again. He is a special talent.
Sure
Hey,
is.
guys, as important as it is to go out and compete, let's not forget the entertainment element of this game. What an unreal finisher.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range, so I'd have to agree with you, partner.
And James throws it down hard.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Now Curry. He has 6, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Well, we know the Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. Azili gets the bucket. Azili's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend. And credit to the Cavs for going out and getting Mozgov. I mean, they paid a hefty price giving up the 2 first-rounders, but thus far he's proved to be worth it.
And that's going to be a travel.
If they can't take care of the basketball, they're going to have a very hard time turning this game around.
True. Their turnovers are piling up in this quarter.
Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Cleveland also making some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. Tristan Thompson comes in for James. And Mo Williams subbed in for Irving. Lets it go from 11. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Guys, hard enough to win in this league, but when you continue to hurt yourself because of miscues, it makes it all the more difficult.
Well, you put yourself in a tough spot. I mean, 8 points yielded off turnovers this quarter already.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Picked by Varejao. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. 1 second separating the shot clock and game. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
In the second half, they've made more of an effort to get it inside, and I like that. Be intentional. Be direct. Be aggressive. Force that ball in the paint.
The Cavaliers shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Right side Jefferson. Gets an open look and hits. 7 seconds left in the third quarter. Got it off in time. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And he beats the buzzer.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And so here's Cleveland. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Thompson and Varejao at the 4 and 5. J.R. Smith out there with Williams. And it's Jefferson in at the 3 spot. Warriors shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Barbosa's shot is off.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
I didn't really expect him to turn it over as many times as he has in the second half. It's caught me by surprise because before the break, he only had one.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. Now the dish to Varejao. Smith against Barbosa. Here's Smith, plenty of space. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
The shot quality is very good here, and they're making most of them this half.
Yeah, converting at a really high level. The field goal percentage continues to creep upward.
Rob. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Finished off the break. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Jefferson gets the bucket.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Barbosa's shot is off.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
That's good. Dellavedova's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
And, Greg, defensively, you got to have better floor balance and commitment to hustling back. I mean, you got to sprint back. You can't jog back.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
That's an inexcusable mistake, guys. That's not the way to get back in the game.
And I don't know if anybody can tell you what he was thinking because I certainly have no idea.
Some changes for Golden State. James Michael McAdoo comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Rush in for Andre Iguodala.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Smith's running. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way. And that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
He's off on the first.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
And he's good on the second.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season.
Here's Dellavedova. He feeds it to Varejao. Clock at 6. On target from 13 feet. Varejao's got 4 points now in the quarter.
and they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
Cavaliers